everyone, I am Mayush and I am one of the cores of team Envisage. Envisage is the only team that is a part of both CFI, which is Center for Innovation, and Shaastra, which is the tech fest of IIT Madras. The domain of the club is techno-entertainment. So the team creates projects that are aligned towards entertainment and involve technology in them. The club has 3 verticals: game dev, shows, and tech ambience. The Envisage game dev vertical is the only game development team in IIT Madras. We try to come up with new and interesting game mechanics. So our focus is not exactly to create the next bestseller, but to imagine games in unusual ways so as to create a more interesting experience. We also focus on creating VR games, which is kind of a big highlight of our game dev vertical. We use Unity to create the games and Blender for all our models. This time we are also trying to switch to Godot. We'll be trying it out and seeing how our team adopts to it. The games pull a lot of crowd everywhere we present them. Also, the people who work on these games, it's a big point in their resume, and it has actually helped a lot of people get really good internships in the past as well. One of the notable projects that the team has made in the past is a second-person shooter. So we generally have a first-person shooter, a third-person shooter, but the game dev team tried to imagine what would a second-person shooter look like. So basically, you are looking through the eyes of your enemy and trying to kind of shoot yourself. The tech ambience vertical focuses on creating projects that can be displayed on stalls. We aim to create these projects more interactive than the shows projects, and they generally require more involved skills. So the projects made by this team is actually the true showcase of the raw technical abilities of the team. The patentability of the projects is also pretty high, and it is also one of the main goals of this vertical. We try to aim for at least one patent or an IP every year via this vertical. We also participate in multiple competitions in numerous institutes outside of IIT Madras as well, using the projects of this vertical. An example of a project from last year is Swift Canvas, which is basically a painting robot. So you give it an input of a drawing and it paints it out using real paint brushes and paint. This year we're trying to take it a step forward. So we'll be incorporating AI into it. So basically you'll be able to give it a prompt and the robot will give out a painting to you. Now coming to the shows vertical, which is the main highlight of Team Envisage and also from where Envisage was born. So this vertical conducts a show on the first day of Shaastra, which is the tech fest of IIT Madras. The show is the only student-run techno-entertainment show of India. It's conducted in an auditorium with a footfall of around 3,000. We show large-scale projects on the stage and create an immersive experience for the audience. One of the notable projects from our previous years is virtual instruments, which is basically you have gloves on your hands and you can, if you want to play the guitar, you'll hold a chord shape and strum without any guitar, and the sound will be played on the speakers. So these 3 verticals basically sum up Envisage. Thank you for your time.